What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH since this was supposed to be yesterday's episode, but it got preempted. Um, so getting into today's episode, I enjoyed it for the most part. Diane and Scott have been doing their thing with this trial. They've been entertaining me because I like the way they've been handling it so far. Um, Scott, it's like they play tit for tat with each other. Scott, of course, tries to do whatever he can to paint Nina as this loving grandparent, where Diane comes in and cross examines, and she just been chewing their ass up on that cross examination. I'm just saying. Like, Scott been doing a good job too. Scott been doing a good job playing a sympathetic card, but Diane just comes in like a bulldozer, just chewing it up, just chopping everything that they saying down. Um, and Sonny admitted on the stand when Scott was, questioning him and stuff. Sonny admitted. He said, yeah, he was angry at first, when Nina kept his identity a secret, but they got past it. And he was like, it wasn't just Nina's fault. He said it was my fault too. So he admitted that in front of everybody. That, remember, he had a wedding ring on his finger. He, figured that he had a family out there, but he didn't want to look for that family. He did admit that. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him do it. Um, Even though, like I said in previous reviews, Nina ass still should have told him, because she should have, but it was still up to him too to look. And he admitted that he didn't want to know. And I could see the look on Carly in them face. They, if looks could kill. Like, Carly had so many different facial expressions. It was like shock, anger, and sad. That's all the different emotions that was just running through her, and you could see it all on her face. You know what I'm saying? Um, but Sonny was being honest. He was like, "Listen, I didn't want to know." And Scott was asking him basically like, do he think Nina should be barred from Wiley's life? Sonny tried to give a political answer. He did. He tried to be political about it by saying, well, that's up to Michael and Willow. That wasn't going to fly with Scott. That answer was not going to fly with him. Scott said, not so fast. He said, I'm asking you, what do you think? He said, do you think Nina, should be barred from Wiley's life? What do you think? Your opinion. And so Sonny knew he had to answer the question, because he knew that little flimsy little answer that he gave Scott before, he knew that wasn't going to work. So he had to, give an answer and be honest with himself about it. And he felt like, no, Nina shouldn't be barred from Wiley's life. Michael was shooting daggers at Sonny from behind that table. Like I said, if looks could kill, Sonny's ass would be dead right now. Michael was just giving off the most angriest of looks at Sonny. And once Sonny got off that stand, before Sonny could even get off the stand and stuff like that, Carly, she was pretty much apologizing to Michael. She was apologizing to him and stuff basically for Sonny's behavior. And Michael pretty much, he was upset, but he expected Sonny to say what he said on the witness stand about Nina being a part of Wiley's life and stuff. Michael expected that answer. He did. Now it was Diane's turn to cross-examine. I felt like Diane did a good job, but I felt like if she wanted to, she could have went way harder on Sonny if she wanted to, because she knows all the details about Sonny's life from the time she's worked for him. She knows everything about him. She could have really chewed his ass up on that witness stand if she wanted to. She really could have, but she kept it simple and to the point. She didn't bring up other things like his mob dealings and all that. She didn't really bring all that stuff up like she could have. You know what I'm saying? She could have, but she was like, no, I'm going to keep it to the point, to why we're here. And she was asking him pretty much the same questions that Scott was kind of asking him about Nixon Falls. And Sonny said, well, we got past it. And Diane said, you got past it. Your family did not get past it. You forgave, but your family did not forgive. See, this is one of those things where I wish Christina was in that courtroom. I really wish Christina was there, because I hate that Christina hasn't really been involved in this. You know what I mean? Like, I understand if the actress is busy or stuff like that. I get it. But I just feel it would have been great if Christina would have been in on this story, because I think that would have added to it. Um, but yeah, Diane was getting at him, letting him know about himself. She was like, yeah, you got past it, but your family did not. You know what I mean? She was getting them. And then, of course, Diane brought up Avery's birth, which I figured she would, because it questions Nina's mental state, and how crazy and dangerous she really is. And, Sonny was trying to make excuses for it. She was like, so when she induced Ava's labor and stuff like that, and she kidnapped your child, did you get past that too? She was like, did you forgive that? And Sonny tried to make excuses, talking about she wasn't mentally well at the time and stuff like that, and just coming up with all type of BS ass excuse. Talking about she had a mental breakdown and stuff. Talking about he had a few himself over the years. He claims that he believes she's healed. So Diane was like, why should we believe your judgment at this point? Because you had a head injury and stuff like that. How do we know that you're healed? Like, how do we know that you're coherent enough to say these things about her? You know what I'm saying? So I get where Diane was coming from with that. So Scott decided to call Michael to the stand. I said, okay, where are you going with this, Mr. Scott Baldwin? So he brings up the whole Claudia Zacchara shit. I said, oh, Lord have mercy. And I know Carly was pissed when Scott brought up Claudia, because she knows that's a sore spot for Michael. You know what I'm saying? Because that was really during a really bad time. It was like a chain of events that led to a lot of horrible things after that, as we know. So I was like, damn, Scott went for the jugular in that one. Claudia? I didn't think that he could bring that up, really, that he could even use that against Michael, because Michael was a teenager when that happened. He was 17, almost 18 when that happened. He was like, what, a month away from his 18th birthday when that happened? So I was surprised that Scott could even use that against him. You know what I'm saying? And that goes against the adults in his life, because it was Jason and Sonny and Carly and them who chose to keep that secret. It was Sonny and Jason who made the decision to burn the cabin down and hide evidence. The adults in his life are the ones responsible for that one. I have to put the blame on them, because he was basically a child at that point. He didn't know any better. You know what I'm saying? He was doing that in self-defense. So I guess, I guess Scott brought that up because that questions his character, I guess. And that's pretty much what this hearing is about. Since they want to question Nina's character, I guess he's trying to find a way to question Michael's. I suppose all is fair. I mean, they're bringing up Nina's past, so I guess you can bring up Michael's as well. But the difference is, though, Nina was a grown-ass woman. She's a grown woman when she did all this stuff. He was just a child. I'm just saying. But this court battle is heating up. Like, I'm really curious as to which way the judge is going to go on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very curious about that one. So anyway, moving on from that, Nicholas was pissing me off. I love how Britt handled Nicholas. I really did. I love the way Britt handled him, because he coming up in there looking for information on Elizabeth and stuff. And Britt told his ass, due to HIPAA, I can't tell you. Mind you, and I noticed that GH writers love to bring up HIPAA when it's convenient for them to use it. Because I done seen doctors on this show give up patient information for Lent. I'm just saying. So the fact that she's talking about, oh, I can't because of, HIPAA and stuff. I have seen more than one of y'all doctors give patient information out to people who weren't even family. But I totally get where she's coming from, because Nicholas does act entitled. And he started acting entitled. Oh, I've been a donor to this hospital for years. Don't nobody give a damn what you donated. I don't give a fuck if you donated money, your sperm, whatever. I don't give a damn. You ain't getting no information out of here. It's that simple. See, that's that rich people shit. You know how they love to throw around their name and their money and their credentials whenever they don't get what they want at first. Well, it ain't happening over here. Like, Nicholas, oh, I'm a Cassadon. She know who you are, bitch. She dated your ass. She know who you are. Like, he always try to act like somebody like gotta bow down because you throw around the Cassadine name. Don't nobody care. Yeah, you're a Cassadine. She knows. She hit it. She hit it before. She know who you are. Like, she's well aware. And she basically was cussing his ass out because of Spencer too. She still feel a way about Spencer coming at her the way he did. Even though Spencer only did that to protect, his little plan or whatever. But she don't know that. And when Spencer ran, when he was disrespectful to her, that really hit below the belt for her. Like, she still feels a certain way about that because she really cared about him. So, he gonna have a lot of apologizing to do when this whole Esme mess is over. So Terry came over, of course, to, calm the situation down. And she basically told Nicholas, the best I can do as Elizabeth's friend is just tell you that, she'll get in touch with you. She was like, when Elizabeth get a chance, she'll get in touch with you. And Nicholas gonna sit there and tell Britt, oh, was that so hard? See how easy that was? But first of all, you were asking for patient information. She can't, even if Britt would have told him the same thing Terry did, that wouldn't have been good enough for him. And he know it, because he wanted actual information that she wasn't willing to give. So Nicholas need to take his little ass on somewhere. I really loved the way Britt handled him. I loved it. That was class act right there. I love the relationship between Terry and Britt so far. Their relationship has come a long way. Like a real long way, and I'm feeling it. The hell is this? Yeah, I'm feeling a relationship and stuff like that. How open they're becoming with each other. And I feel bad for Britt because she's starting to believe the stuff that Spencer said to her about her being sad and lonely and stuff. I'm like, don't listen to him. He's a screwed up rich kid. Like, don't let him get into your head and make you feel like you're lonely and stuff. No. You're a co-chief of staff of a hospital with a fat paycheck. I'm pretty sure she gets paid nice. She's a beautiful woman. You can have any man you want. Just let it happen naturally. Don't sit there and go stir crazy over not being with somebody. Like, I feel like Britt doesn't have to do all that. She's just naturally beautiful. She doesn't wear globs of makeup and all that stuff. She has that natural beauty. She shouldn't be sitting here going crazy because she ain't got a man. Let the man come to you. You know what I'm saying? Go out to a bar or something like that and let somebody come up to you. Because any man would be a fool not to walk up to her. She just got to know that she is wanted. There's somebody out there for her. She just got to let it happen. But she was telling Terry about this little singles event or something like that she wanted to go to, and she wanted Terry to go with her. I love that Terry was like, yeah, I got a man now, but I'm gonna go with you, even though I'm not single no more. And I felt bad when Terry said that because Amy knows she ain't shit. Like, the way she just set Chet up like that wasn't right. Like, he got this job that he always wanted and stuff, but the problem is the job is in Chicago. And he didn't even apply for the job. Amy ass applied for it because she want him away from Terry. Because she keep feeling like Terry got it out for her, which is not true. She just simply want this girl to do her job. Like, being a nurse means that you're gonna have to work some overtime. You're gonna be mandated. It is what it is. That's the medical field. And the funny thing is, Amy picked up shifts and stuff like that, and she was trying to bail on the shifts that she picked up on. You're the one who picked up the shifts that nobody asked you to do. You chose to do that. So if you feel like, oh, you don't have much of a life, then stop picking up extra shifts, dodo bird. But she knows she trifling though. You really trying to mess up this man's happiness, all because you don't like your boss and you're mad that he's dating her. So when he told her about the job and stuff, she tried to pretend like she was shocked by it. Oh my God, really? Oh, who are you dating? Like, you didn't know. Like, she is just so full of ish. I was so glad that when Britt encountered her, she had mentioned that, it's good when people find, happiness or true happiness or something to that effect. And Amy started looking conflicted. She started looking real conflicted because she knew on the one hand she messed up by trying to interfere in her brother's romantic life. She knew she was jacked up for that. You know what I'm saying? Because she knows she would hate it if her brother did that to her. And now Chet is, he accepted the job, and now he got to go break the news to Terry that he accepted the job and he's moving. And that's pretty much the end of their relationship. And I'm pretty sure for somebody like Terry who's transgender, it's probably hard for her to really find somebody. And her and Chet were really clicking. And I actually like them together. So I really hope that they're not seriously doing this and that this is just, a little flag on the play here to get them together. I'm hoping so because I'm really rooting for Chet and Terry because I like them together. They look good. They really, really do. So anyway, moving on from that. Esme's still playing her little game. You know, she wanted to go out on a picnic with Spencer and whatnot. And he told her about Ava giving him some money, loosening up his trust fund or whatever. And she was like, "Oh, that means we could sleep in the same bed now again." And he was like, "Well, with the money I'm getting," he said, "we can get a place with multiple rooms." Spencer is doing everything in his power not to sleep with this girl. Like everything. And of course, when Nicholas comes in, she want to stay behind and stuff and be around Nicholas and put on this whole woe is me thing because Nicholas told Spencer about Elizabeth and stuff. So he rushed out to check on Cam. So she putting on this whole woe is me act and, stuff like that. And Nicholas, of course, is reassuring her. Like, she just keep putting on them tears around Nicholas every 5 minutes, then trying to talk about, oh, we're moving out and stuff. Nicholas and Spencer really need to have a conversation, a private conversation, because I get the feeling that Nicholas is now playing her, but they need to know that they're on the same page, Nicholas and Spencer, that they're both trying to play her. Like, I don't know if Nicholas suspects that's what Spencer is doing, but they need to get on the same accord here. Because I'm so over this girl and her little cry me a river tears. So anyway, I'm glad that, Cameron told Joss about what was going on with his mother. What annoyed me was after he told her that, she still wants to talk about this Esme Spencer mess. And she came up with the idea that the only way to expose Esme is to break Spencer and Esme up. First of all, that plan is stupid. Because I don't see how that would even work. Like, what exactly does she plan on doing to break them up? Like, how are you going to accomplish that goal? Furthermore, I totally get where Cameron is coming from. He's not worried about Spencer and Esme right now. Some serious stuff is going on with his mother right now. That's where his mind is. He's not focused on this drama right now with Spencer and Esme. He could care less about that right now. And Jocelyn should put that aside for today. For a few days. Like, just be there for your man. Like, he's going through a lot. At least Spencer came over and was nice enough to offer to babysit, Jake and Aiden whenever Cameron, had to work and stuff like that. That was very generous of Spencer. Even though I can't stand him right now, that was very generous of him. He didn't have to do that. At least he was standing by him. But I love that scene between Trina and Rory. I want to know more about Rory because he was talking about, oh, he became a cop to right some wrongs, and one of the wrongs that he wanted to right was what was going on with Trina. It got me to thinking, like, so who are you connected to? Because why are you so worried about righting her wrong? Like, why are you so laser focused on that and her? I know he's interested in her, but I really want to know who he connected to, because he got to be connected to somebody on the canvas. He gotta be. And I'm interested in finding out who, because that little comment right there kind of, sent me a little bit. I'm like, why are you so worried about righting her wrong? But he was hell bent on spending time with Trina, and Trina was looking good too. He was so hell bent on spending time with her. Like, he was like, oh, let's go to this museum. Let's hang out by the pool. She didn't really want to hang out with him because she's going through a criminal case right now. And she knows that it's frowned upon for him to be fraternizing with her as a cop. So while she's under an investigation, while she's under a trial and stuff like that. And Rory didn't give a damn. Rory said, listen, I don't give a damn who frowning upon what. He was ready to risk it all for Trina, like including his badge. I was like, oh shit. I said, damn, he must really like this girl. That really makes me want to know his story and where he coming from. Because I was surprised by that. I said, okay, Mr. Rory. And, then he was like, you know what? At least I could do is stand here with you and look at some art pieces. And I love when Spencer came in there. Because the look on Spencer's face when he saw them, that was hilarious. Like, he was just glaring at Rory. And I loved it. I loved every second of it. Because you know what? I'm glad Spencer saw the two of them together. Because you know what? He got a glimpse of what a real man looks like. So I'm like, sit there and look, idolize it, because that's a man. I'm just not feeling Spencer right now with Trina. I'm not. I feel like she need to time out from that cast iron drama. And I like the chemistry she had with Rory. I do like her and Spencer's chemistry, though. Don't get me wrong. I do like it. But his little shenanigans as of late, you know, kind of irritated me. And I feel like Trina too good for all that Cassadine drama. So anyway, moving on from that. So Victor's back in the house. Ava had to bring him up to speed on everything that's going on and stuff like that. You know, he tried to act like he don't know what's going on with the whole Jennifer Smith mess, of course. And she had to tell him about, you know, her and Nicholas possibly being over because of his foolishness with Esme. And she felt like, you know, Ava felt like she deserved better. And Victor was like, yeah, you do deserve better. And if Nicholas can't see it, he was like, then he a fool. I was looking like, okay, so where y'all trying to go with this? 'Cause I know good and well y'all not trying to go with Nicholas, not Nicholas, but Victor and Ava apparently hooking up at some point. I'm like, hold up, because I felt like a little flirtation between them. I'm like, okay. And then when Nicholas walked in and saw them together, he wasn't thrilled. But if Nicholas is playing Esme, he need to get a move on it because your wife is getting fed up, bro. You need to, you know, shake a tail feather here and get your plan in action very quickly because Ava ain't about to stick around for too much longer with this foolishness going on. She's definitely not. So Nicholas better hop too and get on with the get on and get this plan under control. Like expose this girl before it's too late. Um, but anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought about it, and I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.